Hello, Aries. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Chakra Wisdom Tarot by Tori Hartman, artwork by Katrina Sokolova. There is websites for them, torihartman.com and watkinspublishing.com. So if you want to, go ahead, freeze frame there and use that information if you want, as you want. Same for this. The supportive oracle cards, which are You Are Clairvoyant Oracle cards by Belinda Grace, illustrations by Elaine Marzin. There's a website here, rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A as an apple, U as an umbrella. Like, okay. I'm like, ugh. Like, is it over? Like, really? Why are we're starting right out with that energy? Like, is it over? Oh. Okay. No, that's fitting. Okay. Who is this? Okay. There's a lot of, like, mystery around this situation. I'm not happy with whoever's doing whatever they're doing. Somebody's doing something, and I don't like it. I'm getting that right off the bat, but I'm getting the star card here for whoever you're dealing with. They're chasing after their dream. They feel like that's the best thing for them. For some of you, I think you might have thought this person was more of an ally or more connected to you than maybe they actually were. I don't know if it's shocking you or it's just kind of like... I mean, it's kind of like I know this energy goes for what it wants, but I thought it would be more respectful to my energy than it actually is. It's almost like, for some of you, this might be a coworker that you share a responsibility with, and they go somewhere else, they get a new job, and then they give like 1 day notice, or they don't even give notice. They just disappear. Just, I'm done, bye. And you're kind of like, okay, like they could have given 2 weeks. That would have helped me out, and like we were friends. Aren't we still friends? Like, why did they screw me over like that? Might be something like that. Similar. Like, it's a general read, take it with a grain of salt. And it's weird, because it's like you understand when somebody has to go and get what they need to get, but it's kind of like when you have friends or acquaintances that you value, you don't just screw those people over. But somebody's ditching out 2 seconds. I feel like somebody's ditching out really quick for what they feel like they need to do. Seven of Swords, I feel like you're getting left holding the bag. Thing is, it's not like you can't handle it. It's just not enjoyable. So, can you handle it? Yes. It's just not enjoyable. They're doing for some reason, this person feels like they just need to do it the way they need to do it. They may not even be considering how this is affecting other people. I've been there. Especially in my early 20s. I've done that before where I've quit a job in 2 seconds and not really thought how that affects other people. I've done that myself. It was a couple decades ago, but still, you know, I've done it. So the mystery. Can we get into the mystery here a little more? Yeah, they're going for what they want and they're not backing down. An opportunity that you're not seeing is showing up for them. The Ace of Wands is showing up for them. You have no idea. They feel like they have to go for it quick. Because they got the King of Wands with it. Don't get caught up in the gender. But basically, bam, that's for me. I'm not going to let that pass me by. And they're keeping it quiet. I feel like this is something they may have been working on and not telling you anything about or anybody about. It may have been because they weren't even sure it was going to pan out. So they didn't want to, like, I don't know, they didn't want to give a heads up that they were considering other things. For some, especially if this is a work situation, because I know I felt this way too myself, I have to be honest. When you're looking for another job, but you don't want your current employer to know that, because you're like, if they find that out, just in case I decide to stay, if they think I'm going to leave at any second, they're not going to give me any opportunities. I'm not going to get any type of promotion. They're not even going to think about giving me any type of raise, that's for sure, because why bother if I'm just going to leave anyway? So I've had that mentality. It could go differently, true, but I feel like it's a very secretive energy, like, and they don't want to put you in that position to where you would have to hide a secret for them. They don't want it to be an issue. They didn't tell you anything about it, is what I'm getting. I don't think it was offensive, just kind of like, why involve you in that? Why? For some reason, they're just like, I just won't say anything. They just decided not to say anything. They just didn't. How you view that, I don't know. When you realize it, because you're going to know when you know. Like, you're going to figure it out when you figure it out. I don't know. The Aries energy I'm connecting with, like, part of me is kind of like, yeah, I can understand that. Other parts like, well, you should have told me. Like, it depends where you're sitting with it. It depends how much you felt this person connected with you. Like, you kind of felt like, I thought we were on the same level here. I thought we were, like, eye to eye on this. I thought we were copacetic. Like, I thought they knew they could tell me things and I would keep it to myself. If they at least gave me a heads up, I could have planned differently. I could have done things a little differently without blowing them in. Like, I thought we were on that level where we understood each other. You got a face down card. It's kind of like, I'm not, like, I don't feel like I'm bitter about it. I just don't feel like I am, but I'm kind of sad that it changed. I don't know if I'm really, I don't feel like I'm crying about it. Don't get me wrong. I don't feel like I'm, like, sobbing in my soup over it, but but I do kind of be like, I kind of like, I liked working with them. I feel if it's a work situation or whoever this is, like, I liked them. I liked having them around. I liked it. I liked having them around. Whoever it was, whoever's cutting out quick, I did enjoy them. I very much did. There's a lot of energy, like, flying around this person, whoever this is, and they're very, like, hell-bent. They got to do what they got to do. They're very hell-bent on that. Like, I got to do what I got to do. I got to do what I got to do. There's a lot more things popping up around them. There's a lot of confusion around this person with the trust and the Wheel of Fortune. I don't know how this is going to sound, but the advice I'm getting is, like, once you realize what they're doing, they're literally just going away. I feel like their connection with you is going away. That's what it's a general read. Take it with a grain of salt, but that's what I'm getting. The advice here is, like, step back and let them handle what they need to handle. Let them just deal with what they need to deal with. Let them just keep it under their own control and just leave it to them. Just step back. Because there's a lot of confusion here, and I feel like you could end up hitting... I feel like there's, like, it's kind of like shrapnel. Like, when a bomb goes off and there's shrapnel flying everywhere. If you're not in that location, you don't get hit by the shrapnel. But if you get involved, it's like you're in that location, you could get hit by that shrapnel. In other words, don't go in there and end up with problems you don't need. This person's going. Wherever they're going, that's their business. This isn't negative to do that. They want this under their own control. They're doing what they have to do. They're moving forward the way they need to do that. Let them. I feel like it's not bad to step back. Like, they're making their decision. You need to make your decision. Just step back and let them handle things the way they need to handle things. I don't think they're going to ask for your help anyway. So, let it be. I don't know. It's not negative, but I hope it doesn't sound negative. I'm just kind of worried that it might. Just let them be. Because this choice comes in quickly. The Empress is kind of the Empress energy, and I feel like I say this a lot when I read the Empress card. This person, like, don't get caught up in the gender. It doesn't matter. Whatever gender you are. They're their most powerful when they take care of themselves as well as other people. Like, you consider yourself along with everybody else. And in this situation, I just feel like you were kind of blindsided. It kind of feels that way to me. So, stepping back and letting that person just sort it out all themselves, that's like the balance of that. You don't want to tell people what's going on. You don't want to give people a heads up. You need to handle that all on your own. That's how that works. Don't run in and end up with external problems. You're going to end up with problems that are going to last beyond this situation. That person's going to be gone, and you're going to be still cleaning up a mess that you didn't create. You don't need that. Don't do that. That's what they're saying. Just step back, let that play out on its own, and you'll do what you have to do. Everything will work out in the way it needs to. This person is leaving your life. Whoever it is, I feel like the World card coming in, I don't see me liking it. The Six of Cups, the Page of Cups, I don't really see me liking it, but I feel I'm accepting it. I do feel like you're accepting it. Like, all right, they're gonna go. They're gonna do what they need to do. Then they need to do what they need to do. Then that's how it is. That's how it is. I feel like you're accepting it, kind of like, all right, that's your choice. Then that's your choice. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. I feel like the big message of this reading is like, don't, because I feel like you are loyal. Aries can be extremely loyal when they decide it's appropriate. They're saying like, just the way this played out is kind of a gift, because it's kind of giving you that, you know, that standpoint, kind of like, they didn't tell me what was going to happen, and they're like, they made this rough for me. So if they ask me for help, that's one thing, but otherwise I'm staying back. And if they ask you for help, that's up to you to decide how that should go too. So remember, this person is exiting, and if you get caught up in their problems as they're exiting, you end up cleaning up their mess when they're gone. It's like a kid like leaving for summer vacation, and they're leaving the house and their room a mess, and then they're gone the next day on a plane wherever, maybe they went somewhere to see a relative and they're going to stay with that relative for a couple months. So it's kind of like, okay, because I don't want to live in a house that's a complete mess, I have to clean up this whole house myself because they're not here. Versus like, you know, letting somebody else take care, like whoever's picking them up, like, you know, make sure the house is nice before you leave. And the person who, like, it's not, if you get involved, you have to clean up this house and you don't need to. I think that analogy went off the rails, but you know what I mean. Like, this basically, you're cleaning up somebody's mess that you shouldn't have to. That's all. I screwed up that analogy, I think. But you know what I mean. Are we good? Yeah. Like, they're still giving me a part of that analogy. It's kind of like, instead of letting that kid stay, like, it's kind of like the analogy that I screwed up was like, if you let that kid stay another night in your house, that night that they're staying, they make a big mess in the whole house and you have to clean it up the next day. Versus let them leave when they want to. They go with the other parent maybe, and there's no mess. All right, I'm gonna let that go. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.